exposing the secrets behind successful businesses, starts with a simple click. Welcome to Business Diaries. It feels like a lifetime ago, doesn't it? A time when Donald Trump and Elon Musk were on the same team. It was a partnership that made a strange kind of sense. You had the ultimate political showman and the ultimate tech visionary. Trump, back in the White House, saw Musk as a symbol of American innovation. He loved big promises and big personalities. Musk, in turn, saw an opportunity. He was given a massive platform and a shiny new title head of the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE. Yes, really, it was a match made in headline heaven, promising to shake up Washington and save the country trillions. Their alliance was built on a foundation of mutual benefit. For Trump, having Musk in his corner was a major win. It gave his administration a veneer of technological savvy and forward-thinking genius. It was a powerful endorsement from a man who commands a legion of online followers. For Musk, the relationship was even more direct. His companies, from Tesla to SpaceX, were promised a cool $3 billion in federal contracts. It was a classic case of, you scratch my back, I'll launch your rocket. This wasn't just a friendship, it was a strategic alignment of two of the most powerful brands in the world, Trump and Musk, united in their quest to disrupt the status quo. But as we all know, alliances built on ego can be as stable as a house of cards in a hurricane. Initially, the public saw a united front. They were two titans who were going to make government lean, mean, and hyper-efficient. The promise was to slash waste and bring a business mindset to the bureaucratic swamp of Washington, D.C. It was an exciting prospect for their supporters and a terrifying one for their critics. The partnership represented a powerful fusion of political power and technological influence, a combination that seemed poised to reshape the very fabric of American governance and industry for years to come. The honeymoon period, however, was destined to be short-lived. The very things that brought them together, their massive egos, their love of the spotlight, and their belief that they alone could fix everything, would soon become the very things that would tear them apart. Cracks began to appear almost immediately behind the scenes. What started as a promising collaboration to streamline the government soon devolved into a classic power struggle. The stage was set for a spectacular falling out, one that would play out in public for the entire world to see, proving that in the high-stakes game of power, there's often only room for one king. The first real signs of trouble emerged from the very department Musk was hired to lead. At DOGE, Musk went to work with the subtlety of a sledgehammer. He wasn't just trimming the fat, he was taking a chainsaw to entire government agencies. His aggressive cost-cutting measures targeted departments like USAID and the Department of Education, sparking immediate and fierce backlash. People inside and outside the administration began to panic. While Musk saw inefficiency, others saw essential services and international commitments being dismantled without a second thought. The promised savings were one thing, but the political cost was proving to be enormous. This wasn't just a disagreement over spreadsheets and budgets, it became a fundamental clash of priorities and a struggle for control. Resistance started to build within Trump's own administration. By March of 2025, Trump, feeling the political heat, began to quietly strip DOGE of its power, effectively putting his star recruit on a much shorter leash. Musk, a man who isn't exactly fond of being told what to do, did not take this well. He saw it as a betrayal, and a sign that the establishment was fighting back against his revolutionary changes. The dream of a streamlined government was crashing into the messy reality of politics. The conflict wasn't just about policy anymore. It was about influence. Trump began to see Musk not as an ally, but as a rival. The tech mogul started holding private meetings with top Republican leaders in May 2025, discussing the future of the party. To Trump, this was a direct challenge to his authority. He is the leader of the Republican Party, and the idea of this tech billionaire trying to shape its direction was an act of disloyalty. Musk was seen as trying to buy political power, moving beyond his lane as a tech advisor and into the realm of a political kingmaker, a role Trump reserves for himself. This power struggle turned the professional disagreement into a deeply personal one. Musk felt his vision was being sabotaged, and he began to view Trump as out of touch and a relic of the past. He suggested the GOP needed new leadership, a comment that was a direct shot at the former president. Trump, in turn, saw Musk's growing political maneuvers as a threat to his own dominance and his potential plans for a 2028 run. The stage was no longer big enough for both of them. the partnership had soured completely, setting the scene for an explosive and very public breakup. By late April 2025, the quiet war behind the scenes erupted into a full-blown public spectacle. Musk officially resigned from his role at Doge, claiming he had saved the government a respectable $180 billion. But this was a far cry from the spectacular $2 trillion he had promised. The departure was anything but amicable. The gloves came off, and their battleground of choice was, of course, social media. This is where the fight got nasty, transforming from a political disagreement into a playground spat between two of the most famous men on the planet. They used their platforms to trade insults, and their millions of followers were treated to a front-row seat. The feud reached a boiling point in early June. This wasn't just sniping anymore, it was all-out warfare. Musk, no longer constrained by his government role, went for the jugular, reportedly calling for Trump's impeachment. Think about that. The man Trump had brought in to fix the government was now publicly calling for him to be thrown out of it. Trump, who never backs down from a fight, retaliated with blistering force. He unleashed a tirade against Musk, calling him the man who has lost his mind and reportedly telling aides that Musk was a big-time drug addict. The insults were personal, vicious, and designed to cause maximum damage. Then on June 6th, the conflict took an even darker turn. Musk escalated his attacks by dropping a bombshell suggestion on social media. He hinted that Donald Trump's name was mentioned in the secret files related to the Jeffrey Epstein scandal. This was no longer just about policy or politics, it was an attempt to inflict serious, lasting damage on Trump's character and legacy. It was a low blow, and it showed just how toxic the relationship had become. The line had been crossed from political rivals to mortal enemies, with each man willing to use any ammunition they could find to hurt the other. Trump's response was a direct threat, a warning of very serious consequences if Musk dared to support the Democrats in the upcoming 2026 midterm elections. This was the President of the United States openly threatening the business interests of a private citizen. He made it clear that there was no going back, stating he had no desire to ever repair the relationship. The war of words had real-world stakes, with the stability of Musk's corporate empire hanging in the balance. The epic feud was now a permanent feature of the political landscape, a bitter rivalry fueled by ego and animosity. This public feud wasn't just entertainment for the masses, it had serious, tangible consequences for both men. For Elon Musk, poking the bear came with enormous risks. Trump's threats put all of Musk's companies in a vulnerable position. Before Trump's presidency, at least 11 different government agencies were already investigating or suing his businesses. A hostile White House could easily revive those investigations or create new regulatory headaches. Government contracts, once a symbol of their alliance, were now a potential weapon to be used against him. The feud risked turning the full power of the US government against his business empire, a fight that even a billionaire might lose. The damage wasn't just regulatory, it was also reputational. The constant drama and political fighting began to tarnish Musk's brand. His image as a cool, detached visionary was replaced by that of a chaotic political brawler. This reportedly had a real impact on his bottom line, contributing to a global drop in Tesla's sales and a falling share price. Consumers and investors alike began to grow weary of the controversy. Furthermore, the fallout created golden opportunities for Musk's rivals. While Musk was busy fighting with Trump, competitors like Bill Gates were spotted at the White House, lobbying against Musk's policies and positioning themselves as more stable partners. Donald Trump didn't escape unscathed either. While his base may have enjoyed the fight, Musk's opposition created genuine political problems for his administration. The tech billionaire's influence within the Republican Party, cultivated through his social media presence and private meetings, complicated the passage of a major tax bill. Some Republican lawmakers, caught between their loyalty to Trump and their relationship with a major donor and innovator, were hesitant. This friction demonstrated that even Trump couldn't completely control his party, and that Musk had become a powerful, disruptive force on Capitol Hill. Ultimately, the story of Musk versus Trump is a powerful cautionary tale. It teaches us about the immense danger of mixing massive egos with immense power. Their alliance was built on transactional needs, but it crumbled under the weight of personal pride and a lust for influence. It shows that in the world of politics and big business, personal relationships can be incredibly fragile, and when they break, the fallout can be spectacular and destructive. The biggest lesson is perhaps the simplest. When two titans clash, nobody wins. They only leave behind a trail of damage that affects their businesses, their politics, and the very people they claim to serve.